Hello, welcome to my classroom. I'm Leanne Venter. The boys call me Mrs. Venter, and I teach here at St. Benedict's. I'm the grade head for grade double naught and grade naught. And today we've got a very special guest in my classroom. He joins us as our head boy for 2025, Tayte Gregory. So today you're going to see the product of a little boy that's grown into a beautiful human being, a beautiful man. So you will be seeing all the benefits of starting here at Bennies from grade double naught. So Tayte, thinking back to 2013, when you walked in here for the first time, it's a beautiful big classroom. It was huge back then. Are there any key moments or special moments that you can remember from coming into grade naught on your first day?
Sure. Well, yeah, the classroom certainly was massive, as opposed to my small stature. But a key moment for me, I think, was just that sort of warm embrace you felt as you came in through that blue gate where your dad had to press the button because you were too short. And then you would walk in, and I remember that very first moment where I saw the playground and I was like, cool, cheers dad, you can go now. You know, it was spectacular. I think the embrace I then felt when I came to this classroom and you were there greeting me with a smile and by my first name, I was like, wow, I feel like this is just a really wholesome place where I feel like I belong in a way. And yeah, since then it's just been better and better.
Awesome. Tayte, starting school so early can really shape your experience. How do you think beginning in grade naught helped you handle moving up through the grades through St. Benedict's and facing new challenges?
Well, I think starting anything new can be very tedious. Whether that's starting a new gym membership, starting at a new school, starting up a business. I think starting from scratch can be really scary sometimes. And so, in my case, starting from grade R, it allows you to take every new scenario, every new stepping stone in your schooling experience. So going from grade R to grade 1, from grade 3 to grade 4, all those really big moments in your school. And it just made them a little bit less daunting and scary because you had your friends and your brothers around you that you have been with since day one. So the pond just looked a little bit smaller when you were transitioning from one to another. And that's a really, really important aspect of my schooling career, was just going into each different part of my life with those guys by my side. And that played a very big testament to who I am today.
That's awesome. So do you have any boys in the class that you can remember in grade naught that you've been going up through school with?
100%. I mean, the first guy that I met on the playground is my best mate today, funny enough. He's not at the same school, but yeah, so I didn't have any trouble making friends in the first day, put it that way. I do remember some troublemakers in the class, that's for sure. But no, yeah, the guys that I was here in this classroom with, that are still in Bennies today, I can remember every single one of them.
Awesome.
Picture perfect.
Tayte, is there a particular moment or experience from your early years at St. Benedict's that made you feel that you truly belonged here? What happened, and why was that important to you?
Sure. Well, I would have to give credit to the teachers. I think specifically there was one time in my early days when there was just this one teacher who made me see the good in me and the good that Bennies had made in me as well. So I remember specifically I'd submitted like a creative writing task, and I didn't think much of it at the time. I was like, oh, just just getting it done. And she got back to me and she came across as really impressed and like proud of what I'd done. I mean, it was probably not even that good, if I'm being quite honest, but just that encouragement of like, you're doing good and keep at it, I think was a really pivotal moment in my early days that helped me become who I am today. It sort of made me feel like, number one, Bennies is obviously brushing off on me, and number two, like, I'm valued here, my work is valued, and it's not just marked and given back to me, it's appreciated, and I'm given constructive criticism and encouragement to do better from it. So I would owe it to that experience.
That's
in my early
amazing.
days.
That's amazing. Best to go back and thank that teacher.
Yeah.
So parents come to St. Benedict's and they say, why must I start my child from grade double naught? In your opinion, what do you think, why do you think starting early at Bennies is important? And why do you think that makes a difference?
Well, if I were to compare it to something, I would say it would be like starting a 30-day ab workout on day 15, you wouldn't get the full benefits from it if you started later than the beginning when you're supposed to. So for me, starting in grade R, it just really allowed all of the values and traditions of Bennies to be instilled upon me. So, you know, body, heart, mind, soul, all of them I was able to fully absorb because of the amount of time I had spent with the various really, really good teachers and my pupils as well. So all of those values that Benny strives to make in a boy was able to be fully accepted by me in a way, because I didn't join later. I joined from the start, so they could, you know,
It was
do what they had to do.
ingrained
Yeah, it was
in
ingrained
you.
within me, you know.
Yeah,
So yeah,
awesome. Well, you've turned out to be amazing, Tayte.
thank you.
You really have. So you're a head boy now, which is a huge role, and you've taken it on so eloquently. How do you think starting here at grade Naught level has shaped you into the person you are today, and how you approach this big responsibility?
Well, I think there's two sort of key factors in this. One is most definitely the teachers. You know, throughout my years at Bennies, I've been exposed to some really good teaching, some really good teachers who have just made me believe in myself and to keep pushing forward. And I think it was them ultimately seeing the good in me that made me realize that maybe one day I could be head boy, and I have the work ethic to fulfill a position like this. But the second factor, I think, is most definitely my peers. You know, if it wasn't for the same guys I was in this very classroom with in grade R, you know, growing up with them and interacting with them and finding out, you know, where I fit into all of that as well, I wouldn't be where I am today. So ultimately I owe it all to them. And without having started in grade R and being able to form those relationships with my pupils and my teachers, I wouldn't have been able to find a sense of self, I don't think, to take on this responsibility of head boy, you know, because it takes a lot of people skills, understanding lots of different personalities of the boys, and ultimately I think all those years in school being able to decipher that makes my responsibility now a lot easier, because I feel a sense of confidence in that I know these guys, you know, they're my brothers, I've been with them for 13.
And that sense of brotherhood is so important.
So important. So without it, there's really nothing to this position. So yeah, I owe it all to this very classroom that I'm sitting in this white blazer here today.
And how smart you look.
Thank you. Thanks.
And Tayte, I must just tell you that when you came into my class for that first day, you were happy from day one, but you were a quiet young fella who just went through the motions. You were as good as gold. You hardly ever got into trouble. If you stepped out of line and you got spoken to, you quickly went back into line. But what I've noticed from back when you were in grade Naught as to how you are now is your confidence and your ability to speak so beautifully. To see the way you've grown and matured, and the way you speak and the way you speak about your schooling and your friends and your teachers, there's an immense pride in me to know that I was honored to see that little guy who started out back then. And when you were announced head boy, wow, that was a truly incredible moment for me to know that that's my boy. And I'm very blessed that at the end of the year, just before valedictory, the matric boys come and visit us, and they visit the boys in the class and they play on the playground, and I can't wait for that day.
Me too.
When they can come, when you can meet my boys and they can meet you, and they look up to you, and they look up to you in your blazer, and they see the amazing person you are, and they say, that's what I want to be. One day when I grow up, I want to be that guy that I met in matric with that blazer on and that braiding, and they'll ask you what your braiding is about and why you've got a different color blazer. And I just think it's such a special moment. So I can't wait for you to experience it too, and you to put your blazer on one of our little guys and give him a dream.
Yeah.
Give him something to look forward to one day, because being at Bennies is truly special. Thank you for taking the time to listen to Tayte and I chatting about our memories and how important it is for your little guys to start early in their special place. So here you have it for a soft landing into Bennies. Come here, you'll be so happy.